Now welcome to the Robb Johnson Sports Show, presented by the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Robb Johnson Sports Show, presented by the Legacy Maker Sports Network. A great night here for sports, a great night for you guys to join me. I'm about 20 minutes off what time I usually go on, but again, you can start calling me the Night King, because I will be doing night shows here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. I'm excited to be with you guys tonight. Get a swig of this real quick. Excited to be with you guys tonight. Now, here's the thing. What we're going to do now is we're going to go and talk about what happened tonight. What happened tonight was special, and it's going to help the game over time. Check this out. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. The MLB All-Star Game was tonight. It was an absolutely great game. The NL wins 3-2 for the first time since 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really happy that baseball did what baseball did tonight. I'm very happy by the fact that they were able to come on and put on a great All-Star Game. Now, I'm waiting to see who won the MVP, but for right now, I'm thinking it's going to be Elias Diaz, who crushed a game-winning two-run home run off of Baltimore Orioles reliever Felix Bautista in the 8th inning to give the NL All-Stars a 3-2 victory, basically. So he hit that home run, and I'm just excited that baseball had the night that they had. Baseball is one of those sports where they actually take their All-Star game seriously. And I think that with the momentum that baseball has, especially going into, I heard Buster Olney and a few other analysts, say that it's going to be probably one of the most exciting second halves of baseball we're ever going to see. And I really do believe that. I really believe we're going to see the best brand of baseball that we've ever seen in the second half. Because you got to think about the races. And for those who don't remember the races, before I get to that, let me mention something right now. And this is out of basketball. The Las Vegas Aces are beating the Phoenix Mercury with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, 86-57. Get a coach in Phoenix, please. Get some better players in Phoenix, please. Good God, it's horrible out there, man. Anyway, when we go back to the standings, I'm going to tell you the standings just like they were from last night. And if you don't know, we're talking about the Major League Baseball All-Star Game and the standings so far. We're talking about the second half of the season. Right now, the Rays are 2 games up on the Baltimore Orioles. In the AL Central, the Guardians are up a half game on the Twins. The Texas Rangers are only up 2 games on the Astros after the Astros struggled a lot this early in the season. In the NL, the team with the biggest lead is probably the Atlanta Braves. They're up 8.5 games on the Miami Marlins. The surprising and exciting Cincinnati Reds are up 1 game on the Milwaukee Brewers, and you have the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks, the surprising Arizona Diamondbacks, that are tied for the lead in the NL West. Now, mind you, this is something everybody has to keep in mind. The Giants are only 2.5 games back. The Giants, along with the Phillies, are very dangerous. So, just saying, they're very dangerous players. So I think that we should watch out for those players, no doubt about it. But here, going to the NL All-Star Game, they're presenting the All-Star Game trophy here, and it looks like it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Diaz from the Colorado Rockies. It should be, but we have Cal Ripken, the great Cal Ripken, who is going to be presenting the trophy for the MVP. I saw somebody say, "No, he gained a lot of weight." He doesn't look like he gained weight. He looks like he just got older. Kyle Ripken, along with all the other greats, you get older after a while. You get comfortable. Still one of the great players of all time, Baltimore Orioles, and it's great to see Kyle Ripken tonight, especially because the Baltimore Orioles are playing such good baseball. I think when Baltimore and teams like Cincinnati are playing great baseball, I think it's so much better for the MLB. But yes, Diaz did win the MVP after that 2-run home run in the 8th inning. Just a huge game from him. I really think that this game just showed what baseball is all about and what baseball can accomplish. So again, Elias Diaz, who is the catcher, a catcher, mind you, from the Colorado Rockies, who are right now in last place, I believe. He is the first rookie to be named the All-Star MVP. Do you guys understand how huge that is? He is the first rookie to be named an All-Star MVP. So that is just absolutely huge, if you ask me. Now, let's go to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen, at hand. And as you see right there, and that's the question for everybody out there, do you believe in the man they call Sam Howell? That's the question. Do you believe in Sam Howell? Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Howell comes into this season for the Washington Commanders as the biggest unknown. When I say he comes in as the biggest unknown, what I basically mean is that when you have a new coordinator, offensive coordinator in Eric Bieniemy, you have a team in the Washington Commanders who, in my opinion, can make a run, can at least get a playoff spot. The NFC East is huge, and they're huge with talent. They're huge with personality. They're huge in everything you can think of. And with a guy like Sam Howell, do I think Sam Howell is terrible? No. Do I think Sam Howell is a bust? No, I don't. But this is what I will say, ladies and gentlemen, about Sam Howell. And by the way, shout out to Bowie TV, picture taken by Mr. Darrell Owens of the Legacy Maker Sports Network. So shout out for this beautiful, great picture right here. I think Sam Howell, I think that the fans of the Washington Commanders are suffering from, he came in, he beat Dallas, so now he's going to be the savior. And I caution people because I'll keep giving everybody this story. And if Darrell Owens one of these days, he'll tell you the story as well. You know, maybe we can talk about it once we get on the show together again. When we were covering the Washington Commanders, when they had to beat the Cleveland Browns, they had to beat the Cleveland Browns. There was no doubt about it. You beat the Cleveland Browns, you were going to get into the playoffs. No doubt about it in our minds. You were going to get into the playoffs. They came out. They started Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz played like complete trash, ladies and gentlemen. Complete trash. Again, this is Robb Johnson, episode 8 of the Legacy Maker Sports Network. He played like absolute trash, folks. And the thing is that when you are a team and you're on the cusp of making the playoffs, right? To me, there is no reason whatsoever. Nice. Oh, thank you, Drew. Thanks, Drew Willingham. I appreciate it on the MLB transition. I got to give right now. I got to give Drew Willingham a lot of credit. When you look at video production, when you look at what this guy's done over the years, I can tell you guys firsthand. Me and this guy have had some great shows. We done had some arguments. We had some more arguments. We had great shows. Arguments. We had some great shows, etc. But one thing I will say is make sure you guys go check out the In and Out Sports Debate. Drew Willingham does a good job with his video production, etc., etc. Because one thing about me, ladies and gentlemen, is this. I don't care what me or anybody in this lifetime goes through. Life ain't perfect, folks. But when I give people credit where credit is deserved, the man does a great job. Legacy Maker Sports Network, to Drew Willingham, to other productions, etc. people do out there. I really like the fact, and I want everybody out there to succeed. So just remember that. I want everyone out there to succeed. So if you are out there and you want to succeed, I believe in you. Now, back to Sam Howell. Do I think that Sam Howell is one of those guys that is going to not succeed? No. I don't think Sam Howell is not going to succeed. I just think that they need to tamper down the expectations. You have a guy in Eric Bieniemy who basically took Patrick Mahomes from point A to point Z just like that. Yes, we give Andy Reid a lot of credit, ladies and gentlemen, but we need to start giving Eric Bieniemy credit as well. I think that Eric Bieniemy could at least get Sam Howell to, I don't know, 20 touchdowns, maybe 15 interceptions. 12 interceptions. I don't know if you can look at that as a successful season. My biggest question, again, ladies and gentlemen, is this. It's this. If Sam Howell was that good, why not start him earlier in the season? That's my biggest question. Why put him out there against Dallas when you know basically that the Eagles are going to play like trash against the Giants, but they were still probably going to beat them? You know Dallas wasn't going to win the division, and there's still no excuse for the Cowboys. Cowboys should have played better, but as we saw, they came out and beat the Buccaneers. Maybe they were relaxed. I don't know. But if you go back and you look at Sam Howell in that game, I have to ask everybody, and I just have to ask everybody to be real with themselves, right? See, when you definitely go back and look at the real numbers of everything, Sam Howell didn't have that. He didn't have that great of a game. I think you. Let me go back to that. Let me see if we have the stats on that. Give me one quick second on that, because I pulled up a whole bunch of stats. Because I'm actually going to give you guys a Darren Orlowski quote as well. When it comes to Sam Howell, and I want to see if you guys agree with it or not. So basically, in his first game, 169 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a rating of 83. Right, that's not bad, especially coming in against the Dallas defense that was, in a lot of people's eyes, very good. You saw what he did to Tom Brady. You saw what the defense did against the San Francisco 49ers. Even though the offense didn't show up, that defense is really good. And for Washington to win the way they did, it's still impressive. To throw for 169 for a touchdown interception. My question is, folks, is when people get tape on you. We understand that in college, Sam Howell, and nobody, that's the thing, folks. People have looked at me and criticized me and said, I hate Sam. No, I don't hate Sam Howell, ladies and gentlemen. I do not hate Sam Howell. I like Sam Howell. The problem is that he is one of those 6'1 guys, 220, but he doesn't have that type of athletic speed that's going to translate, in my opinion, from college to the NFL. We learned that with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield had to learn that on his own, that even though he was very athletic in college, that athleticism is a lot different in the NFL. Look at Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, even though he runs around and makes great plays, sometimes he does get caught. So that's the dilemma we're looking at. But if we go back to Sam Howell's college stats from 2019 to 2021. In 2019, Sam Howell had, let me make sure I have this right. He had 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Next year, he had 30 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. And the year after that, he had 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Those first 2 years, he had some very good players in North Carolina. North Carolina had some steep expectations when it came to their football team. So all I'm going to say is this. Be very careful on the Sam Howell expectations. But this is what Washington needs to do, in my opinion. I think Washington needs to go out, maybe get a Dalvin Cook. I know it might be a risk because running backs, money, but I think a Dalvin Cook in Washington, you have your other running backs, you got Brian Robinson, you got those receivers. I think that you have to take as much pressure off of Sam Howell as possible. And people forget that Eric Bieniemy was a great running back at the University of Colorado. At Colorado, he was a great player. He dominated. He helped them get to a national championship. So this guy understands how to get to the big game. He understands what it's like to win. National championship at Colorado. He comes to the NFL. He has some coaching jobs. He gets to the Kansas City Chiefs. He's our offensive coordinator. And remember, Andy Reid has never won a championship without Eric Bieniemy. So you can say, you can vice versa. Eric Bieniemy has never won a championship without Andy Reid. Andy Reid as a head coach never won without Eric Bieniemy. So I think that Eric Bieniemy is going to bring that sauce. He's going to bring that hit factor to Washington. It's up to Sam Howell to be that quarterback that adjusts and does things the right, correct way. That's the bottom line. Like, again, I'm not saying that Sam Howell is going to be a bust. I'm not saying Sam Howell is not going to be great. I'm just saying, folks, temper your expectations. I saw something where they were saying something to the extent of, should they tank for Caleb Williams? I don't think the Washington Commanders should tank. Washington, D.C. is not the place that you tank for a draft pick. I can already tell you, if they tank, that fan base may never come back. And that fan base is already riled up for a lot of different reasons. You got a potential new owner coming in, etc. You do not tank if you are the Washington Commanders. And that is the bottom line on that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to go to our last topic, reminder, this is episode 8. Again, this is episode 8 of the Rob Johnson Sports Show here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. The next topic, folks, is basically this. Who will be the MVP in the 23-24 season? Who will be the 23-24 MVP in the National Football League? I had to think about it, folks. I had to think about it long, and I had to think about it hard. And in my opinion, my humblest of opinions, there's only one guy who I think has an ability to win it and win it going away. It's a guy who has a new offense around him who, listen, this guy has had excuses for years. Big time excuses why he didn't have weapons. But ladies and gentlemen, this guy has absolutely no, and I mean no excuse this year to why he cannot win the MVP. Let me reel off some names. First off, at the running back, and this, everybody's going to be healthy this year. Everybody's going to be healthy. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Justin Hill at the running back. At wide receiver, Nelson Aguilar, Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham Jr., Tariq Black. You got Duvernay, Zay Flowers, Andy Isabella, who's probably one of the most underrated receivers who's out there. You got a Laquan Treadwell. You got so many weapons. You got Mark Andrews, who's probably one of the best tight ends in the NFL. I'm talking about one guy, and that guy is this guy, ladies and gentlemen. Lamar Jackson. I'm talking about Lamar freaking Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. Show him to me one more time. That is the man who I am choosing as my MVP for this year, Lamar Jackson. The reason I say Lamar Jackson is this guy, over his course of his career, has proven that he is a complete and utter winner. That's just the bottom line. You can say anything you want about Lamar Jackson. You go back and look at his record from the years he's played. First year, 6-1, 13-2, 11-4, 7-5, 8-4. Overall, 45-16 as a starter in the NFL. He has, let me make sure I have the numbers correct here. 101 touchdowns and 38 interceptions. That's crazy, right? That's absolutely crazy. And we're not even getting to his. We're not even going to get into his rushing stats. We're not even going to get into that. Well, you know what? We can get into that too. Let's get into his running stats. First year, this is 2018 on down to 2022. 650, 695, 1206, 1005, 767, 764 for 4,437 yards. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy for 24 rushing touchdowns. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, as I go to the comments really quick, give me 1 second. Thanks for the love, bro. Hey, Drew Willingham, no problem, man. Like I said, I'm a person, I keep it real. No matter what's happened in the past, I want everybody to succeed. I know you're going to be on to great things. Keep doing your thing, my man. Keep doing your thing. So, Lamar Jackson, he's got everything. He's got absolutely everything at his disposal. If everyone stays healthy, in my opinion, there is no reason that Baltimore should not only make the playoffs, should not only make the AFC Championship game, but there's no reason they shouldn't make the Super Bowl. I'm going to tell you guys now, and I haven't made my predictions yet for the NFL, but I can tell you right now, right today, my Super Bowl team out of the AFC is coming out of the AFC North. End of story, period. It's not coming out of the West, the South, the East. It's coming out of the AFC North. Between Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and even possibly Pittsburgh. If Kenny Pickett emerges, who knows? That's all I'm going to say. If Kenny Pickett somehow emerges and becomes that dude, becomes that guy, there's a good chance that Pittsburgh could shock some people. But those 3 primary teams, those are the guys who I'm telling you right now, those are the teams that are going to emerge. And Lamar Jackson, let me show them to you one more time. Lamar Jackson, graphic by me, Rob Johnson. Not my picture, but my graphic. I created that. If they get to the playoffs healthy. Remember, they barely lost. They barely lost to the Cincinnati Bengals, a team who should have gone to the Super Bowl. Barely lost to them by a few points. Imagine if they have Lamar Jackson. Imagine if Lamar Jackson comes in and that new offense they're going to install, oh my goodness. It's going to be beautiful. I don't think people realize what Lamar Jackson's going to do. They're actually going to show his passing ability this year. Lamar's going to be able to show you guys what he can do from the pocket. He's still going to be able to run and do those dynamic things. But you are going to see what that man can do from the pocket. It's going to be a beautiful situation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's only 20 minutes of my show tonight, but we'll be back next Tuesday night at 11:10 p.m. for a little bit longer show. This has been episode 8 of the Rob Johnson Sports Show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, we'll hit you guys with the intro. We'll hit you guys with the intro one more time. And next week, we will have an outro. Now welcome to the Rob Johnson Sports Show, presented by the Legacy Maker Sports.